Imogen. Thanks for clicking on this video. I make plant-related content every Friday, and today I'm going to be repotting a load of my plants. I have 7 houseplants to repot today, most of which are quite root-bound, and a couple of them I just want in different pots. So carry on watching if you'd like to see me do this batch repotting. So to start, I have all of my plants to the left of me on this little table here. We've got a marble queen pothos, satin pothos, some bear paw succulents, Begonia lucerna, polka dot plants and epipremnum pinnatum. So a few different sizes of plants. And then to my right I have all of my pots and tools. So I've got a mixture of plastic pots, which I hope will be the right sizes, as well as a couple of little terracotta ones. And then I have my box of sort of base soil mix, which I've talked about in a recent video, but I also have some extra bark and perlite, and also my cactus and succulent potting mix. And then I have a couple of bamboo canes, because I know my Begonia lucerna in particular will need a new support. So I think this is going to be the best angle so that you can see what I'm doing. I have my big potting mat on top of this table to hopefully catch the sort of inevitable mess that's going to happen. I'm going to start off small with my bear paw succulent. So this poor little guy is in, I think, a 5.5cm pot, but you can tell it's quite lopsided, and I think I can sort of prop him up better to make the plant go sort of straight upwards rather than this lopsided version I currently have. That terracotta pot is a little bit bigger than the one it's currently in, and I think the next size up I've got is this, which doesn't have a size on, but it was 45p. I think I might put it in this bigger one and give it room to grow, but let's see the state of this one's roots to make a final decision. Okay, so this is a little bit root bound, not too bad, and I'm sure not as bad as some of the plants that I will be doing today. I'm going to use my cacti and succulent potting mix, and then a bit of my sort of all-purpose soil mix as well. And there he is now. I think that looks much better and sort of more fitting size for him. I'm going to do a mass watering at the end, so I'm just going to put this to the side for now. Next I have another bear paw, but this is a variegated bear paw succulent. I got this, I think, last weekend from Ferndale Garden Centre, and I bought a few other plants as well, so you will see a haul soon. But this is again just in a sort of 5.5cm pot, but I think it's going to look better in terracotta as well. And there is that one. I think these two now look really cute together, so once I give them a water, I'm going to find a nice spot on the windowsill for them to get plenty of sunshine and grow bigger. Next, I am just going to go for it with my Begonia lucerna. If you saw my recent sort of plant chores vlog, I did a sort of temporary fix to this one with a chopstick, but that's just not going to cut it long term. And if I remember rightly, this one was quite root bound as well. Yeah, there we go. You can see those lovely roots coming through. Thankfully they're not too thick, so I think I should be able to kind of pull the pot off without damaging it too much, but we'll see if that actually happens or not. There we go. Okay, so at least that's come out quite nicely, not damaged the pot or anything, so I can give that a wash out and use it for another plant, maybe even today. And yeah, no wonder this was sort of ready to topple over. It hardly has any soil in it. It looks like maybe the plant pot wasn't that full. I don't really know. Now let's try and decide on what size pot this is going to go into. Okay, so this was the old pot. I have this one which is slightly deeper but is about the same width. And that is a 12.7 centimetre pot, or 5-inch. The next size up I have are these 15 centimetre pots. As a comparison, the old pot is black with the potential new pot in orange. I think that is going to be quite good. I think that might last it quite a long time as well, and will hopefully give enough weight at the base for it not to topple over. So yeah, let's go with that one. A couple of the holes aren't completely punched out, so I'm just going to poke them out now. I'm going to need quite a lot of soil mix for this, so let's get the pot filled. And there we go, that I think looks quite decent. But I think first I'm going to have to deal with the support situation. Let's take off these chopsticks and keep the Velcro tape because I can reuse it. This might work as a pole. It's too tall to even fit on the screen. Yeah, there we go, you can just about see it. That's with it lined up at the bottom of the plant. It'll give it an extra, I don't know, however wide my hand is at the top, which I think will be good for it long term. And obviously this is all just one piece of bamboo, so hopefully won't sort of collapse in the middle like my chopstick situation did. Okay, so I'm going to put the taller bamboo cane up against the taller plant, and then the shorter bamboo cane up against the second stem, which is bent over a bit, but I think with some support it will be able to grow upwards like the other stem. And I'm just topping up the pot with more of that soil. And there, you probably can't really see this, it's a bit big for the frame, but this begonia looks so much better. It's not falling over anymore. I'm glad that this is finally done. Next, my marble queen, I know definitely needs a repot. I haven't looked at this in a while, so let's see the state of that. Oh, there you can see the roots. I mean, they look lovely, they're nice and chunky, but that is going to be a pain to get it out of the pot. But I'm here now, and if I don't do it, it's just going to get worse the next time that I get around to repotting. My battery just died, so hopefully I'm back in the same position again. I'm just going to try and take this marble queen out of this pot. Yeah, there we go. So we have these lovely long roots. I don't think I actually damaged any of them, which I'm amazed at. I just separated them out from one another, and then they all fitted through the holes without any need for cutting either. So I'm really pleased about that. Again, it means that I can reuse this pot for something else. But now to decide what pot this should now go in. Yeah, that's up one pot size and a lot deeper as well. So hopefully we won't have roots coming out of the bottom quite so quickly. For this plant, I'm going to add some more bark into my soil mix. It has some in there already, but just to make it nice and chunky for the marble queen, which prefers that kind of substrate. And there's the marble queen done. I'm just gonna pop into this old pot for now. I think I'm gonna have to go pot shopping at some point. And again, I'll put this to the side for a mass watering. Okay, let's do another trailing plant. So this is my Epipremnum pinnatum. I got this from House of Kojo not that long ago. I think it was maybe in February. but we already have some roots coming out of the bottom, and I think I'm going to go ahead and repot this now because these roots are quite chunky, and like with the Marble Queen, it's just going to be more difficult the longer I leave it. So going for the 12.7cm pot again. I'm going to take a look at what substrate it's in here and then try and match that. Okay. Oh, this is really dry, that's not great. That to me just looks like pure cocoa core. Oh yeah. Oh no, there are bits of bark in it. Okay, I'm going to use the same kind of soil mix with added bark that I used for the Marble Queen, I think. Just loosening out some of these roots because they are quite kind of pot shaped at the bottom. Okay, I'm definitely going to give this a good drink given the original soil was so dry, but hopefully this will grow lots more now. Let's go for this polka dot plant next, or hypoestes, something else. So this started out with, no, I think it had 2 stems. They got really leggy, a bit like how this is now, and I cut it right back, and then it started growing out really sort of short and really dense, but it's got to kind of the leggy stage again, so I might just need to do a big chop. But because of all of that growing that it's done, I know that this is really, really root bound. Those are all of the roots coming out of the bottom. I'm not quite sure how many of these I'm going to save, but let's give it a go. Oh, there we go, I've got the name. Hypoestes phylostachya. And I got this on the 14th of July 2020, so it's been almost a year. Okay, that is a lot less damage than I thought there would be. I've definitely lost a few roots, but these are really fine, so that was inevitable really. It's so root bound, but you can really see kind of the shape of the pot at the bottom. So let's put this one in a bigger pot. I think that would be quite good in this pot, which was the Marble Queen pot, I think. So I'm going to go and wash this out now so that it's nice and clean and sanitised to put the polka dot plant into. Okay, I've washed out this pot, realised it was actually the pot the Begonia lucerna was in. So let's fill that up. I'm just going to use the side of my soil mix which doesn't have too much bark in. I think this is actually just in a compost and perlite mixture, so I don't think it's very fussy. Okay, and that's nice and happy. And the final plant is my satin pothos. This has grown absolutely loads since I got it, so it's no wonder that it's outgrown the pot. And this is in a similar state to the Epipremnum pinnatum, where there's not too many roots coming out of the bottom, but enough to make me think that I should get around to repotting this. I think, yeah, it's already in this size pot, the 12.7cm one. So going up 1 pot size, I'm going to use this 15cm one, which is my last of this size. In fact, there might be another pot size in between those, but this is what I've got. Taking the added bark part of the soil mixture. Now, I think I have repotted this once before. It was in really quite a small pot when I first got it. I should have a video of it, so I'll show you that. So the soil mix is actually really nice with coir, perlite and bark, it looks like. So I'm actually going to leave a lot of this on because I think it's still probably got quite a lot of nutrients in there, and just gonna top up around the edges. And there, I think what I really should do with this plant is cut off some of these really long vines and make it bushier up top, but I just love how long this is. It sits on a shelf above my desk and sort of trails down next to me, but I think I just need to get on and do it. So keep an eye out in a future current propagations video, but I'm really happy that I've got all of these plants repotted, and now I'm going to water them. And that is the repotting done. I've got over an hour's worth of footage, so hopefully I'll be able to cut it down into something more reasonable. But if you have stuck around until now, then thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to see more planty content from me, then please consider subscribing. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on Friday for another planty video. Bye!